Oh, and we're live. I'm alive. It's EuroScrum. It's Sam and Mike. Let's go to screen share. Screen share. Screen share. Screen one. Share. And Thomas is here as well. Awesome. All right. We are live. Let me ask Michael how he is doing. Michael, how are you doing?
Fine.
Excellent. Yeah. I merged your pull request.
All right.
Well done catching that bug in local support. Anything to report particularly apart from that?
Just the other pull request that Marion had opened.
Right, which broke, and I kicked off the Travis thing again.
Oh, it broke?
It seemed to have like a failed pipe, and now, yeah. So it had originally, it had ended up with a broken pipe thing.
Oh.
Travis Brown, fails out. So I had not looked at that in so much detail, but that looks like a. Anyway, I'll review that on the train home this evening. Yeah, and I saw you forwarded me an email that you sent to Marion, not Marion, to Rachel.
Rachel, yeah.
Yeah, did she reply to that email?
Not yet, no.
Okay, not to worry. Okay. Yeah, so anything blocking you at all?
No.
Nope. Okay, and any plans, I guess, more pairing with Marion and possibly Paul during the course of the week?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you've got. Are you in the business of wanting more votes on stories, or you're all right for the moment?
We could do another one if you want.
Yeah. Well, we'll see where we get to. Let's check in next with Thomas. Thomas, how are things with you?
Just fine, thank you.
Excellent.
I came out from a pairing session with Sasha.
Oh, cool.
Yes. So we were struggling with some capybara matchers. But we will overcome all the obstacles we have.
Indeed you will.
Yes. No, we were just pushing out some updates to that user status pull request that we did last week. And we get a review from some reviews from Sapriti and from Brian, and we did some updates.
Excellent.
Yes. Well, other than that, I haven't done much over this weekend. I've been just taking it easy. I suggested in our Slack channel that we create a new project or something, perhaps project or at least have a space on website 1 to discuss those high-level community questions that arise sometimes and that you guys addressed during the Agile Ventures retrospective. By the way, I had a look at the recording. It's interesting conversation. So yeah, that's it from me, I guess.
Okay, so you're not blocked on anything, and you're free for pairing going forward?
Yes, I will be free for pairing. Yes.
Excellent. Right, and no blocks, as I like to hear. Sasha is also with us. Hey, Sasha, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. All the better for seeing you here. That's great. I mean, fantastic. How are things going with you?
Yeah, like Thomas said, we've just been pairing, and I think we're going to carry on after the scrum.
Excellent. Yes.
I haven't done anything much over the weekend.
Yeah, good stuff. Then I would say to you, it seems like the fact that you're back suggests that you're getting something of value from the Agile Ventures pairing sessions.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Getting outs from them.
Yeah. Good.
At some stage, you've been very patient with it.
Oh, Thomas is a good person to pair with. Yeah. What I would say is, to the extent that you have any influence over your Makers Academy peers, tell them that they, it's like share the word that there's lots of friendly people here willing to pair and so on. I know Fitzham, I think he's interested, and he should be getting. He's moved house and should have internet later this week. So I'm looking forward to welcoming more great members like yourself going forward. Okay, cool. So you've got everything you need at the moment. You're basically carrying on pairing with Thomas, and it's all good.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's go to Renee is also here. Renee, how are things with you?
Quite okay. Good morning.
Good morning. It sounds like you're in a very large, echoey space.
Yeah, because I'm in the office right now in the meeting room.
Okay, right.
So.
Cool. Yeah. And anything to report? Anything blocking you?
Yeah, because I'd like to create a pull request on this don't know, newsletter web
Oh,
formula thing.
Mm-hmm.
But before I do that, I'd really like to have a code review with somebody who's interested.
Okay. All right.
We can pair. I mean, me and Sasha are almost done with the stuff that we are working on, so we could absolutely pair with you, Rene, if you like.
Yeah, I totally like that. The problem to me is just that I'm at work right now and I don't know when I manage to escape from the office to be able to pair.
Yeah, well, I guess I think Sasha and Thomas will be kind of online on and off today. So, I mean, Renee, I guess just paste into Slack when you're ready, and you can probably catch, people on the website one channel.
Okay.
As and when, really. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, I didn't check. Actually, Michael, are you free for pairing over the next few hours, or not until later tonight?
Not until later tonight, probably.
Fair enough. Okay. Cool. Good stuff. Let's go to me. We had the Agile Ventures retrospective on Friday, which I think went quite well. It was interesting to do a retrospective entirely online. The document that was sort of collaboratively generated is available. I've just posted the link to it there. If you've got the link to the video, Thomas, and can just paste that into the group chat for others. I think Michael was there. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. I'm thinking of following up with an Agile Ventures planning meeting on this Wednesday after the Americas Scrum. It certainly seems like there's appetite for more cross-project Agile Ventures activities. So in the first instance, yeah, and I've sort of created an event for that, and I've posted that into the different project rooms. And yeah, what I'm particularly thinking is, rather than necessarily more brainstorming, because I think we had a fair number of brainstorming, I'd love to do, rather than if that thing we just did on Friday was a retrospective looking back, I'd love to do a looking forward and try and get, kind of a list of, potential solutions to perceived problems and so on. I was interested to note that after the session that Chris Milne was saying, like, oh, will this document become part of Agile Ventures? And I think the answer is it certainly can do, and in fact Chris could even make it become part of it. So I sort of replied to him on that. I mean, I think there's a slight danger of of Agile Ventures being perceived as a normal organization in which, you kind of ask for permission and, there are like higher ups who have more resources and, get things done. I think that's, we've all got sort of, the equal varying amount of resources available. And so I think if Chris feels that it's good to have this into Agile Ventures, then he can very much make that happen. Anyway. So because all the, I guess I'll just keep re-emphasizing going forward that all of the different parts of the site are editable by any member at the moment. But yeah, so.
Yeah, the discussion was more about where to put this, and you suggested something about the growth of the document.
Right.
I was just thinking that we might potentially end up having a lot of these meetings.
Yeah, well, it seems like that would correspond perhaps to your idea that Thomas, of having an overarching Agile Ventures project, which could then have meeting notes, would be a place to put, just the notes.
Yes.
Yes. So that makes sense. Anyway, that's the retrospective things and the planning. So we'll try and do some combination of those things as my late night closings permit. So local support, very pleased to see lots of pull requests from Paul and Marion and Michael over the weekend, working on merging those in, continuing to look through the volunteer ops. I guess there'll be client meeting on Thursday for local support, and all graders on Wednesday. Not much action there. How about sums everything up? Oh, other things. I was in for EuroScrum this morning. I should be getting a card key today, so I'll potentially be switching from EuroScrum to EuroAsiaScrum from tomorrow. But we'll see about that. I mean, I'll still occasionally attend the EuroScrums if we've got time. But I think that's anyway. That's that. I think that's that. Anything else that we need to address as a?
I just had some questions about the pivotal tracker for local support.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In the backlog, there's a feature that says change some of the map markers to be smaller or appear as dots. I'm wondering, is that still Is that like a client request? Or?
It is a client request, yes. I mean, it's something that hasn't been worked on for quite a long time. But yes, that's still something that I think that they would really like to see. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so how does that fit in with the new icons that were put into the assets folder?
So the new icons are specifically for the volunteer.
Oh, okay.
But well, I mean, I think you're right. You know, there's that whole combination of new icons, and yes, they could. I think there is, you know, some ambiguity there. If we I wonder if I can quickly go and pull up those icons. Another thing that occurs to me is that you know, local support retrospectives would be potentially quite handy. Yeah, we'll see how many people turn up for an AV planning meeting on Wednesday, and if there's not enough if there's only local support people, we'll do a local support retrospective. But so GitHub, local support, I guess. We'll find those momentarily. This will be app assets, images. There we go. Like this series of icons here. Yeah, I mean, I think in principle, you know, both the actually I said that about the volunteer, both the volunteer op and the normal map could be switched over to use these completely different icons. I don't know that that's necessarily the way that we want to go, but you know, one can spike things and then show it to the client and see. I think the idea is of like, you know, this building thing representing an organization, and different ones that got like this, and then you know, different kinds of organizations and volunteer ops and happy people and who knows. Anyway, but yes, that reminds me that also, so David and I had a bit of a clash in terms of the Scrum this morning, and that led to the creation of this feature here, which I wanted to bring Thomas's attention to. I guess, which we could also discuss. Michael and I could discuss some local support things. Does anybody else have any other business for the Scrum?
No.
Thomas, did you see this feature? Is it clear what it is?
Scrum page should auto-update when Scrum is done. Oh yes, but we can't do that. Not the way the Scrum page is built, because the Scrum page actually fetches those videos from YouTube once they are published. So this is
okay. No, but okay. So no, that Scrum page. I don't mean the list of Scrum pages. I mean the when I say Scrum page here, let's call it the event page showing a Scrum. But the particular issue is, then, since that's obviously not clear from there, is if we're on, for example, this page here, right? The problem that could be, there's two sorts of problems, but they both relate to the same thing, is this, when somebody starts their, you know, the Hangout from the Scrum, this page only switches from having the yellow start button to the green button here, only changes when someone refreshes that page, right? So you can be left with a stale page where you still have the yellow button, right?
Yes. I understand what you're saying.
The Scrum, they might not realize that it started, or B, if there's potentially more than one person thinking about being Scrum Master, then people can accidentally start multiple Scrums, as David and I did this morning.
Yes, I understand the problem.
Okay.
I'll have a look at this. I can't promise you anything.
No, not at all. I just wanted to you know, the solution involves some kind of polling or WebSockets or something.
Yes, I know. That's what worries me at this stage right now, because these are, you know, we are at the edge anyway.
Yes, of the ability to support the.
Yeah, I mean, René did some benchmarking, and we need to revisit the user's member page, the index page of members, because there's a smell there. Yeah, I mean, we are consuming way too much resources there, so we have to be very careful. But ideally, I'd love to deliver a feature like this. And it's absolutely doable, but not perhaps with the resources we have at play.
No. Fair enough. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page about what the issue was and put it in there. I think, you know, we can maybe vote on it after some investigation in the future and see. Sure. I think it's relatively high priority in as much as it's, you know, affects, like, the ease with which people can get into Scrums is sort of a key factor in our overall operation. But anyway, I put it in there kind of below the new members to Slack thing, because I still see that as the highest priority.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, actually, Amy came along to as you know, the
Yes.
retrospective, and what a lovely person. And she's in San Francisco, and if I can convince her to start running the Pacific Rim Scrum, that would be just I would.
Yes. I've had with her a few times already.
Yeah, we'll see. Michael, did you want to have more discussion about the icons here?
I just had another question about another tracker.
Go on.
The update organization edit page to make public profile elements more obvious. Is that already done?
I think that is the thing that Marianne was working on, but it's entirely possible that there are two stories. Like one was a bug and one was a feature, maybe.
See, it's there. It says down 3 more. There you go. Oh, you went past it.
This one?
The one that's a bug.
Oh, here, right. Update.
No, up. Yeah.
Yes, I think because we've got team streaming making edit page more. Yes, I think this feature here is the corresponding thing for that bug. So, yeah. I mean, I think. This has got notes here about there will be another step. I guess we could maybe just sort of say fixes this bug. Notes. We could go further with Ajaxy updates, etc. Okay. WYSIWYG would be nice. WYSIWYG would be fun. Okay. But yeah, well, I guess I will close. I'll close this out. Difficult to know what to do with these things in this state. I don't want to mark it as. I guess I'll mark it as finished and deliver it as part of the thing. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Anything from anybody else? Are we all done? I think
we could vote on a story if you want.
Well, I guess we're getting to the
end of this.
We are. Was there a particular story that you were keen to vote on, like this cleanup volunteer ops show page here, for example?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, this is so. This was particularly for in our volunteer ops in Harrow CN. In the background, I was trying to publish a gem this morning. Not having much luck. That's another story. If I log in, can the volunteers, the admins can now create volunteers. The volunteer, let's see here in crates. I can't, is that not deployed to production yet? But basically, the volunteer ops page, if I go in here as info, like this, the text boxes are very squeezed up as they originally were for other things as well. Let's just quickly look at this here. So we've got create a volunteer opportunity there. So this page basically is, it seems like the same kind of tidy up that we've done with the organization. Yeah, for a start, that should clearly be over there, and this should be. But what we want is in the if we've got a volunteer thing like this one, then when we click edit, we should maintain the approximate layout as we do for the organization. So if we're on organizations, I should have gone back to the other one, shouldn't I? If we're here with the new, oops, wrong thing. If I go to Agile Ventures there, we've got. It's not deployed yet, but obviously we've done the cleanup to make it look similar to this, right? Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So that the same thing should happen for the volunteer opportunity. That when you're editing something, you should the information layout should stay as closely linked as possible and the same sizes and so on to how you first started editing it. So so you're not losing the context.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anybody need any more explanation of this story, or we should just go for a quick vote? If not, then place your vote into the group chat, and 3, 2, 1, hit return. And we've got Sasha still abstaining.
Sorry, I was dithering about it.
We've achieved a consensus of 1. I think it is, particularly because we've just done this for the organizations thing. I think there's no changes on the database. It's merely a question of the sometimes fiddly issue of like adjusting styles and so on. So maybe we can. There we go. We'll go for a 1. So, unless Sasha wants to.
No, sorry, I was just.
No worries. But anyway, you're gradually seeing how the voting process works. We'll look forward to you being more engaged in future. I mean, yeah, the thing to go for is just choose a number, and then that provokes the discussion. So,
yeah.
All right. Okay, I think that is that. I will look forward to seeing some of you in future scrums. Have fun pairing. Sounds like Sasha and Thomas going to their guns. And yeah, see you soon.
Cheers, man.
All right.
Take it easy.
Bye for now, guys.
Bye bye.
Sasha,